So my name is Emma Henry. I'm the Executive Director of Capital Area Housing Partnership and a lifelong Lansing resident as well. HAP is a local nonprofit. We've been serving the Lansing area for over 30 years now. We focus on developing diverse neighborhoods through a mix of financial education, housing opportunities, and housing resources as well. I joined as a board member because I was interested in the mission of what CAP does in our community. I served on the board for 3 years and then applied to become a staff member to help further push that mission forward. So attended East Lansing High School, went to Michigan State University, majored in animal behavior, animal science, and then I actually flipped houses for a few years and got involved in the construction industry side of things. Working in the construction industry for those couple years really connected me to the way that things get done and seeing that idea come to fruition through building and creating places that people can call home. So today we're sitting in the residences at Walter French. This building was built in 1925 as a public school in Lansing. It was built by local architect Judson Churchill and was the big project of the 20s. Everyone came from far and wide to work on this project, to take photos. We have a lot of historic documentation of how impactful this corner was in Lansing. Now we call this South Lansing, and the transformation of this project has really made an impact on this corner of the community. So we've seen this building go from a dilapidated, vacant property that attracted blight and bad actors to a place where there is life and families are able to enjoy. This wasn't an easy project to get all the way to the finish line. We acquired this property in 2017 from the Ide family as a donation, and at that point we really brainstormed together to figure out how can we transform this into a community asset that sits on this monumental intersection of Mount Hope and South Cedar in Lansing's core. It's taken a whole team of professionals to make Walter French into the building that you see today.
My name is Roberto Anselmo, and I actually moved in February 1st at Walter French, one of the first residents to actually get a chance to move in right on the first. So it's been an incredible experience ever since. I've been homeless and houseless for over 35 years. And this is the first time actually that I have a place that I can call home. What a gift it is to be able to live in a place like this that allows people like me to be able to afford it. So it's such a gift.
I've had the pleasure to meet many of the residents that have moved into Walter French. Roberto has been incredible. He is from the Lansing area. He's always opened his door if we needed to, show off a unit in this building. And he also bakes fresh baked cookies, which he just gave me another batch this afternoon when I knocked on his door. And so being able to see individuals that take pride in living here are excited to call Walter French their home and are really just people that, want to live in Lansing, have lived in Lansing, want to stay here, and just want a place that is safe, affordable, and that they can make their own. The other thing that I think is really important to talk about is all of the community assets that stepped up and said, hey, we want to support the residents that are moving into this building as well. So we were able to reach out to some community partners and provide a welcome bag for every resident that moved into this building. There were a couple coffee mugs, a couple basic supplies, but also a free 6-month membership to the YMCA right down the road, a couple CATA bus passes, a whole route map for the whole city if you need to get anywhere on public transportation. So CATA is a partner that we cross paths with often in the housing world. Housing, transportation, childcare, these are all daily activities that individuals undertake. At this specific property, Walter French, we knew that we had 2 bus stops on site, but they were both exterior, exposed to the elements, and so we reached out to CATA and said, hey, can you improve this situation so our residents don't have to stand out in the cold, the rain, or the snow, since this is Michigan? One of those shelters has already been replaced, and the other one will be replaced coming up in the spring here. And so we're so excited to see CATA invest in our community, invest in the individuals that are using their services, and make it just a little bit easier to use that public transportation.
Community is such an important aspect of it. Like CATA brings the community together through the transportation. And you see people waiting at the bus that live here, and they're talking and they're keeping each other company. And it's nice to see that. There was a time when no one would talk to anybody, and everybody was just so scared to offer help. I was incarcerated for a while here in Michigan, and when I finally left, I had saved a little bit of money, but it wasn't enough to buy a car. I needed to be able to get to my mom's in East Lansing. She lived in an elderly complex off Michigan Avenue. I didn't have a bike, so I depended on CATA to get all the way to East Lansing every day, back and forth. And then I got a bike through a donation program in East Lansing, and it was very helpful that CATA allowed us to be able to bring our bikes, put it on the front of the bus so that we didn't have to ride the dangerous areas.
All of the properties that CAP owns are income qualified properties, and so public transit empowers our residents, especially those that don't own vehicles, to live their daily life. Whether that's going to the grocery store, picking their kids up from childcare, housing and public transit go right together hand in hand, and public transportation provides a support system and a foundation for individuals that live in our communities. And so we know that if you have public transportation that's functional and efficient, people will use it. And CATA has been a great supporter of this project, not only in providing bus passes to the residents that moved in, but also investing in the infrastructure that was already on site here to make it a better experience for our neighbors.
So when I said earlier about CATA bringing the community together, it is. It allows people that don't have transportation to get to where they need to go, whether it's a doctor's appointment or Kroger or Dollar Tree down the street. It's very convenient, and it's become easier to use with the phone app. I was so thrilled using it because the last time I had a phone, it was a flip phone, and then I was incarcerated, and I said, what is this? I didn't know how to work it, but I figured it out through CATA. It helped me understand how to use apps. You can actually punch in the numbers of the bus stop that you're at, and it'll give you the schedule of the next time the bus comes or arrives.
CATA is a backbone institution in Lansing. They are reliable, they are mission-driven, and they are community-based. With over 50 years of support and service to this community, you don't get to that point without really caring about the community that you serve.
We are part of the fabric of this community, and it makes me feel like, okay, though I've struggled, now that I'm able to get to this point, there are a lot of people willing to help. And CATA is one of them.